Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday morning. Well, it's like noon here where we are. But I just wanted to take a second. There's something I saw online. I kind of keep seeing it. I wanted to talk about it for a second. Excuse the background noises if there are any. The kids are running around playing. Emily's cooking, so let's jump right into it. Um, Everybody knows we have an issue online on eBay with scammers. Pretty much on every selling site, there's going to be some type of a scammer situation. And one of the things I keep coming across is people saying, well, eBay said that they have refunded the buyer without any recourse to me, without any, that's not the right word. What's the right word, Emily? Without any negative impact on me. They're not taking my money. eBay is refunding these buyers out of their own pocket. And this is something I have seen that really pisses me off because I've had 5 cases over the last 18 months. I just searched and checked. I've had 5 cases where it's an item not as described, and they were all scams. And there were a couple of them. I'll go over each one, but I'll show you. What eBay did in each and every single one, after I appealed, they had decided that I was correct, that the buyer was, lying. They didn't say lying, but that, they knew exactly what was going on. But what happened, what they did was they refunded the buyer out of their own pocket. So all this does, eBay, is this is going to reinforce them that they can do it again. Hey, you know what? They may not have taken my money. They're not after my money. They're after just the money, plain and simple. They want the item for free, and they want their money. And it doesn't matter where they get that money from. As long as they're getting that money, they're happy, and they're going to keep doing it. And that is the big problem here, is all you're doing is reinforcing these people. Let's take a look at a couple of ours. Right here, you can see last 18 months, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll start with the most recent, the Sharp Pro Vertical Spiralizer. They claimed, I don't remember exactly what they claimed. They claimed, I believe this was an overseas buyer too. It was somebody in France had bought this through GSP, and there was some issue with it where they said it was damaged or broken, but it got damaged in transit. So they claimed item not as described. And this right here, that I'll take that back. This is the only one that doesn't count because GSP covers them. I'm under no obligation, so GSP took care of that. We'll go up here to the vintage Sesame Street Muppets Valentine's cards. And we bought like 50 of these boxes at auction. And the woman who bought these knew exactly what was going on. She knew that they were going to be, the box was a little damaged. They were crinkled up and dented and whatnot. But what she claimed they were missing parts from inside. These were sealed boxes, factory sealed still. And she was claiming that they were missing parts. And all she wanted...
A week before
and she bought it the week before Valentine's Day, making sure it was going to get there just in time. And then she tried saying, well, my son's missing these now, and he's not going to have it. You ruined my son's Valentine's Day. No, lady, I didn't, okay? What happened is it was a $10 freaking item, and you wanted to get it for free. And yeah, some of you guys might say refund and move on, it's $10, but to me, it's it's the fact, the point behind it, which really doesn't, matter because eBay refunded her anyways and let me keep my money. Next one is a Milton Bradley 9 Dragon Dominoes 55-piece game set. They were saying it was missing a couple pieces, which it wasn't. Once again, got a hold of eBay. They sided in my favor, but they still refunded the buyer their money. This one right here, this one is the second worst one we got. This was crazy. I after talking to a couple people online, a couple friends that I have in the reseller groups, they told me that this is actually not a new scam, and that kind of blew my mind. So what I had here was a vintage Mentadent Advanced Whitening Refreshing Mint refill. All right, so apparently this is a bolo, guys, by the way. Vintage Mentadent, the refill pod things that go in these, they sell for, we sold for $46.80. That's decent money, right? I think we got it free. But yeah, it was in the house when we moved in. It was free, so we ended up selling it, and it sold to a professor at a college in Pennsylvania. That's all I'm going to say. So after that happened, same day, within about a half an hour of selling this item right here, right, we also sold a old vintage Avon silver bell thing for like $8 free shipping to somebody else in Pennsylvania. I didn't think anything of it, but they were like they were maybe 30 minutes away from this house, or from this person's address that we shipped this to. And what happened was, after they shipped out, as soon as he received his item, the vintage Mentadent, he goes, "Hey, you sent me the wrong thing. You sent me this bell." I'm like, "Hey, man, there's no way I don't mix my stuff up. I've done it one time before, but I know for a fact Emily did not mix these up. She writes on the top each box where it's going." But I said, "Okay, send it back. I'm sorry about that. Send it back." So about 5 days later, he opens up the return and sends it back.
It was right before Thanksgiving,
and
I told you that they were going to meet up.
It was right before Thanksgiving, and Emily was saying that she was going to, because he opened the return right after Thanksgiving, about a week after Thanksgiving. And that's what it was. And Emily said, no, they're going to meet up and do this. So I ended up looking into it, and I found out the two people were related. The two addresses, they were cousins. So they bought an expensive item, then they bought a cheap item, and they claimed that they didn't get their expensive item, they got the cheap item instead. So they ended up getting this vintage Mentadent for $36.80 instead of, or for, $10. They saved $36.80 on it because we had it at $60 too. I want to say, didn't we accept 20% off on that?
I don't know.
Whatever. But that's what ended up happening here, is they buy an expensive item, they buy a cheap item, and they swap them out, and they send the cheap item back and go, "Hey, you sent me the wrong item." And there's proof that both items were shipped out. Whatever. So that's kind of new for me. I hadn't come across that before. But finally, after everything was said and done, I explained everything to eBay. I, put my facts on the table. I said, "Hey, these people are related. They bought them right after each other. It's right after the holiday. It's very, coincidental." Although everything's circumstantial, obviously, eBay sided with me, but still refunded this buyer their money. It just goes to show you that it doesn't matter how much or how little money somebody has, or what their positions are in life, that, anybody can and will scam you. This dude was a professor at a decent college. So, I don't know. And this one right here really pissed me off. Our vintage Panasonic Omnivision VCR. So this was another item that was here in the house when we moved in. And we ended up selling it. It worked great. I tested it every which way possible. And I ended up saving myself because I took pictures of the serial. Huh? I told Emily to take pictures of the serial number. She was asking if that was important, because Emily always utilizes all 12 pictures if possible. And she had to get rid of one of the other pictures. I told her to get rid of the picture that had the cord in it, because that wasn't as important as the serial number. But always hide your serial number, like in one of the last pictures. Doubtful anybody's going to go through all those. So this dude asked a million questions, red flag after red flag. I know, guys, when they start asking questions, and then he wanted to hold it, and he wanted to pay on it. He low offers like $30, and then $50, and then $60, and then so on and so forth, until finally we came to an agreement. He ended up buying it, and again, this is in working condition. These right here, these sell for like $90 in non-working for parts condition. So we fought this one. I fought this one hard. I had to fill out an affidavit. I had to file a police report. And after all was said and done, what happened was the dude swapped them out. He sent me his old one, and this even had the brand new sticker on top of it. And he peeled the sticker off of ours and put the sticker and glued it on top of his old one that he sent us. But when he sent it back, he even replaced the he even replaced the serial number off the back. It was like this little metal plate, and he peeled it off and put it onto ours, but it was more of a foil, not metal, so it crinkled up and damaged, and you could definitely tell it was replaced, and eBay sided with us, but they still gave this dude his money back. And that is, I mean, what's gonna, hey, I got my money back, let's do it again, you know, what's the next thing I can get? And that's something that really pisses me off, is because all they got to do is create a new account to avoid being, you know, to avoid this account being linked as somebody who continuously does this. And it's something I really wish eBay would change, because all it's doing, like I said before, is reinforcing these scammers that they can get away with it. And even when they lose and they don't get away with it, they still get away with it because they get their stuff and their money. Funny part about this, though, is, you know, we got to keep our money, but we also got to keep his old VCR that he sent back to us. And we're actually going to be listening to that in the next week or two. I've had it just stored away. I haven't done anything with it. I'm not testing. I'm going to sell it for parts as is, unworking, untested. And I'll probably get like $80 out of that. So, all right. Anyways, guys, it's a little rant I had for the day. I saw something, like I said, in one of the groups, and it just bothers me that eBay is so willing to let this slide all the time, and they actually, you know, I mean, it seems like they're backing it almost, like they are sitting back, not just sitting back allowing it to happen, but my brain's not working right this morning, guys. I don't know if there's a word there for it, but I'm gonna leave it at that. eBay is basically screwing all of us over by allowing this to happen, because once it happens to one person, they're going to go and do it to somebody else and do it to somebody else and do it to somebody else, so on and so forth. And it's just not going to stop. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Catch you guys next time. Don't forget to hit subscribe. We are Hex Treasures on Instagram, Facebook, eBay, and of course here on YouTube. Take a second and check out some of these other videos we have. We have great tutorial videos for anybody wanting to sell on eBay, as well as some random live working hangouts and things of that nature. Hope to see you guys in our chat when we're live.